We're living through the death of human creativity on YouTube, and most creators don't even realize it's happening. Now, you might think I'm taking it too far, I'm being extreme right now, but right now, as you're watching this video, there are AI systems uploading content 24/7. They never sleep, they never take breaks, and they're stealing views from real creators like you and I. And some of these AI channels have gathered over 30 million subscribers in less than a year, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars with basically zero human effort. Now, today I'm gonna be showing you exactly how they're doing it, because this isn't just about making money, it's the future of content creation itself, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I mean by that. Plus, I'm gonna show you a few AI generated channels that are actually making good content, and I'm gonna tell you what YouTube is doing to counter all of this AI slop. So if you appreciate me doing this type of video, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it with a few examples right now. All right, so the first type of AI slop is faceless YouTube automation channels. Now, there are plenty of faceless YouTube automation channels out there that make good content. But then there are the channels that make absolute trash content and it's just 100% AI generated. Now, I'm gonna actually give you an example of a channel that I think is good. So this channel right here is called Sleepless Historian. They uploaded their first video about 4 months ago, and they've already gotten to 607,000 subscribers. Now, I wanna make things very clear. This channel actually, in my opinion, makes pretty good content. I've checked out their content. It's really long, right? It's basically telling historical stories and kind of like a first-person perspective, and it basically is designed to help people fall asleep, hence the name Sleepless Historian. And they have very long videos. A lot of their videos are well over an hour long. Many of them are even up to 2 hours long. And like I said, I didn't spend time watching every single one of their videos, but for the most part, they're making pretty good content. Now, if you go on their view stats profile, it says that they're making about $7.3 to $20,000 a month. I would bet, especially considering how many views they get and how long their videos are, I would be willing to bet that they're actually making a good amount more than that. See, they're getting about 2.76 million views per month, and channels with videos this long are probably gonna be making about $8 to $10 per 1,000 views. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're making somewhere between $20,000 and $27,000 a month. And this is actually a down month for them. I think they're uploading less this month. So they're making like $7,000 less than they usually make. And you can tell that this thumbnail is generated by ChatGPT. It's a very ChatGPT looking thumbnail. It may have even been generated completely automatically, which is insane to think about, meaning they either set up a make.com automation or an N8N automation where it literally just gives the script of the video to the automation and then it all just happens automatically, which is pretty crazy. That means there doesn't even need to be people to upload the video or anything like that. It's just all completely done by AI. Now, I can't say for sure that that's what they're doing, but it is an actual possibility that's exactly what they're doing with this channel. And that is absolutely insane considering the fact that they're probably making $20,000 a month with this channel, because the voice is completely AI generated. It's probably done by 11 labs. In fact, you're gonna hear the same exact voice here in a moment.
A time of plagues, punishments.
The thumbnails are completely AI generated. They're obviously made by ChatGPT. And the scripts are very obviously AI generated. And it does look like they actually give credit to the sources in the description, which is pretty good. So it looks like the sources is Dancing Plague of 1518, Encyclopedia Britannica, Green Children of Woolpit, HistoricUK.com, Pope Joan at Wikipedia, another Wikipedia article, and then a historyextra.com. So it does actually give sources, which, you know, is pretty good, but it's pretty obvious that the script itself is AI generated. But the script is pretty good. Like I said, I think the content is relatively good. Now, because of the fact that it's AI generated, they can upload a video every single day. Now, to upload a 2-hour video every single day would probably take a team of like 7 to 10 people if it was like a legit video, but they are very likely doing this with probably a team of 1 person, maybe 2 people, and they're probably doing it part-time because they're utilizing AI. Now, you might be thinking, Shane, you said this was gonna be a video about AI slop, and so far you showed me a channel that's actually making good content. So what are you getting at here? Now, by the way, if you wanna know how to do do this the correct way without being AI slop, actually making money, and not getting either banned, shadow banned, demonetized, etc. by YouTube, then go ahead and click the link in the description in the pinned comment below, because I have a free training Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, quick break, guys. This Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm gonna show you how I got this little YouTube 1 million subscriber plaque right here. I'm doing a one-time only workshop where I talk about how you can finally profit from YouTube.com with the help of AI. And you can check it out down in the description and the pinned comment below. And at this workshop only, I'm going to be giving away my voice command scriptwriter AI. With this tool, you can make a script without having to type anything. All you have to do is tell AI what you want to write, and you can even have a conversation with it, like as if it's your friend, and it can take as little as 30 seconds to write you a script. It's that simple to use, right? No typing, no dragging stuff, just talking with AI. And this is a GPT powered piece of software that I've been working on, and it's been trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, my scripts, coaching sessions, and more. And I'm giving it away completely free this one time only at the workshop, and it's a completely free workshop. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, and when you're done registering, make sure you click on add this to your calendar so it'll show up on your Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar, so you can make sure you won't miss the chance to grab the voice command scriptwriter AI. And you'll also be able to ask me questions live. So I look forward to meeting you. It'll be a Zoom call where we can just talk to each other. And I'll see you Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the link in the description in the pinned comment below. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Well, here's the problem with making this type of content. Check out this copycat channel right here, Historian Sleepy. 117,000 subscribers, the thumbnails look almost exactly the same as the original channel, and the videos are also about 2 hours long. So it's pretty much a copycat channel. They have the same, even the same font on the thumbnails, the same style for the animated characters. The video itself has exactly the same voice.
And where the smallest comforts felt like miracles.
So yeah, they basically just completely ripped off the first channel. And they're not the only one. Oh, what do you know? Boring History, a third channel. Same exact font on the thumbnails, same thumbnail style, long videos. And if you click on the video, it's the same voice and very similar content style.
Fear, bruises, and the quiet grind of surviving in steel.
And that's not the only channel. Now, with that being said, there are some other channels that make content with the same idea, but they do it in their own way. An example of this would be this channel right here, Stephen Dalton Sleep Stories. Totally different thumbnail style, different style of content, different art, and a different voice when you click on the video as well.
Welcome to your sleep story.
But with that being said, there are a lot of copycat channels that are just blatantly ripping off the original creator. So I have no problem with people making AI generated content if it's high quality content. But what I do have a problem with is people who use AI to rip off the original creator, right? It's not transformative at all. They're copying literally every single thing from the thumbnail, the font style, the titles in many cases, the narrator's voice, the art style, the video length, the fact that it's a first person narration, etc., etc., etc. Not cool. And that is a new form of AI slop, which is super annoying. Now, an example of an AI channel that kind of makes similar content, but I think it's actually good, is Plain Curious, right? They started making content about 4 months ago. They are at about 36,000 subscribers. And if you look at their view stats profile, they're making about $5,000 to $15,000 a month. And they're getting around 2 million views a month. And it is fairly obvious that this is AI generated content, but they actually make pretty high quality content. And it does look like they have some human oversight as well. So yeah, I just want to make it very clear that there are some channels out there that are utilizing AI, either 100% or like 90%, that are still making good content. And I think that's what YouTube actually cares about, because if you're not aware, YouTube is kind of like mass deleting channels. They've deleted millions and millions of channels. And in many cases, it's because they're kind of AI slop, or they're copying other people, or they're not meeting YouTube's terms of service, which is really scary because some channels out there are actually good, but they still get deleted. YouTube, of course, does make mistakes, but a lot of the channels are kind of AI slop. Now, the next type of channel we're going to talk about is AI crime content farms. Now, I'm going to show examples of good versions and bad versions. Now, there is this channel called Textify, and many people speculate that they are sharing text conversations that are very obviously made up. Now, I can't say one way or another for sure, but basically they have these text conversations that, you know, it's kind of like, trust me, bro, these conversations actually happened. And a lot of people feel like this channel, as well as channels that are similar to it, are just basically just making up the conversations to dramatize it. Then you've got channels like UK crime documentaries, where basically people in the comment section argue if many of the crimes are actually real or not, or they were just completely made up. Now, Textify makes about $15,000 to $42,000 a month, and the UK crime documentaries channel apparently makes about $1 to $3.4K per month, but you also have to keep in mind they started this one just a few months ago. Then you've got this kind of hybrid channel, which is Mr. Crime for Sleep. So it's kind of like a crime channel, but it's also mixed with a sleep channel as well. They're posting the super long videos, 3 hours, 2 hours, etc. Then they were started just a few months ago, and they apparently are making $294 to $815 a month. And almost all these channels that I just showed you are either mostly AI created or significantly AI created. Now, I can't say for sure, some of these channels might be making this stuff up. Some of them actually do tell true stories, but they just make up a lot of details. I've seen that quite often with these channels where they will be telling a story that actually happened, but they just make up like 50% of the details. Or even if it's less than that, just like they just make up 20% of the stuff just to make the story a little bit more dramatic or whatever. And then people who actually know about the story will comment in the comment section, hey, that never happened, but they don't really care, right? But yeah, this is a ravenous niche. People absolutely love consuming this crime content, and there's a lot of AI slop out there.
Quick break, this video is sponsored by me. Most of you don't know that I actually have my own coaching program on personal branding and then growing and making money on YouTube. And this is good for complete beginners, maybe even people who just want to get a job by growing their personal brand, all the way up to people who are very advanced on YouTube, and they get to work directly with myself and my team to help them reach their goals. Now, we are opening up 3 to 5 spots, and this is pretty rare. We usually don't have these open. We usually only limit them to select people, but we're opening up 3 to 5 spots, and you can check those out down in the description and the pinned comment below. And in this program, you'll get to work directly with myself and other people who are highly successful on YouTube. Just as an example, Sean was able to go all the way from being stuck, not making very much money on his channel, to making over $500,000 a month. Now, that's an example of one of my more advanced students, but there's lots of examples of people who started off from scratch and they got to 5K a month, 10K a month, etc. So check that out down in the description and the pinned comment below.
Next one is the virtual YouTuber niche. Now, I think this one was made most famous by Cop when he basically tried to convert his entire channel over to an AI avatar. And that did not turn out very well for him, right? The internet had massive backlash from that, but I think he's pretty rich, so he didn't really care that much. But then he also created a channel called Blue, where he actually just had a normal AI avatar, and it's doing fairly well. And there's a bunch of other examples of channels that are doing pretty well too. For instance, Neurosama has about 740,000 plus subscribers. And some people call these VTubers as well, by the way. And then this channel, Gargora, has millions of subscribers. Now, by the way, these channels I'm showing, I am not accusing them of being AI slop. In fact, I try not to do that just because I don't really want to, start any drama or potentially get sued or anything like that. But with that being said, these channels could very well be completely made with AI, or 90% made with AI with very little human intervention. But in the case of most of these channels, the content is high quality, so they're okay. But yeah, this is another niche where you're seeing a lot of VTubers or virtual creators, etc. Several of my students have actually started off by creating avatars on their channel. For instance, my client Wiz of Ecom started off with an animated avatar. He was completely anonymous, and he actually started a 7-figure business before he ever did a face reveal. And that's the cool thing about starting off with an avatar like this, is down the line, you can actually do a face reveal and become a personal brand if you want, but it's your choice. If you want to stay anonymous, you can stay anonymous. If you want to become a personal brand, you can do that as well. All right, so the next category of AI slop, and I am actually gonna show an AI slop channel in this particular case, is AI music spam networks. So there's this one network that has 32 million subscribers, and it's called Masters of Prophecy. Now, this video, for instance, has 91 million views, but only 1,890 comments, and that just is not a proportion that makes any sense. So they either paid for their views, or they did like YouTube ads, or they did fake views, like something along those lines. Like the numbers are not numbering here, right? Doesn't really make sense. So sorry, Masters of Prophecy, but I kind of have to categorize your channel as AI slop, even though maybe some of your videos are legit. But basically they have these AI created music videos and AI created music, probably using a tool like Suno. Suno is quite good for music creation. And then they use other AI tools to create the music videos. Now, ViewStats is saying that they're making $13,000 to $36,000 a month. I don't know how legit that is. It's saying they got about 5 million views over the last 30 days, but I don't know if those views are real or not. With that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they are actually making money. Now, an example of a channel I think is actually making good content is Barely Jazz. I've watched some of these videos. They are making longer videos, and it's just good, relaxing jazz music. It's probably also made with Suno or a Suno competitor. And it's kind of 1940s vintage style retro jazz. And it's just nice to listen to. I'm sure a lot of people listen to this while they study or while they're working. And they just started making content about 5 months ago. Their best video has about 1.7 million views. And they're making about $1,000 to $3,000 a month, which is not bad for a channel that is probably almost 100% AI. Oh, and another thing, their thumbnails are very clearly generated with AI. I'm guessing it's ChatGPT that's generating their thumbnails. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff. And I would say this is not AI slop. I think this is actually pretty solid stuff. And I'm sure a lot of people actually listen to this while they study. So again, there's a good way of doing this where you're actually making good content, and then there's a bad way of doing this where you're, having fake views and just making crappy content. So next is nostalgia mining operations. Now this is a very interesting niche, and this is basically where they're making massive amounts of content that's targeted towards older people. Now, why are they targeting older people? Well, first of all, the ad rates are gonna be much higher for older people because older people have all the money, they have more money to spend, they have more disposable income, and they're more likely to spend money. So the ad rates are significantly higher for older generations. And so 1 view for an older generation probably equals the same as like 5 views for someone who's young in terms of the actual AdSense money you make. Now, there's one channel I found called British Time Capsule. This was made about 3 months ago, and they are already monetized and they're making about $1,000 to $2,000 a month, which is not bad at all for a channel that's probably completely made by AI. It seems fairly obvious that a lot of these thumbnails are either partially or completely generated by AI. Like this one right here doesn't really look like a real thumbnail. It looks like this is AI generated and they put some text over it, but it's all about nostalgia for past times. So it's trying to kind of attract people that are a bit older. So for instance, 10 things we miss from the 80s in Great Britain. So this is specific to Great Britain, which is pretty wild. When life was simple in the UK. And the narration is typically in first person. So it's basically telling the story like as if you were there in real time, which kind of brings people back to, the 80s or the 60s or whatever. And it makes them feel like they're back in that time, which, like I said, nostalgia mining content. That's exactly what they're doing. And of course, it's almost completely AI generated. You basically just take sources from the time and maybe people that were actually talking about, stuff that was happening at that time. And then it just has an AI voice read it, has a thumbnail that looks somewhat similar to the time period.
You could hear it before you even opened the door. Plastic wheels screeching on pavement.
And that's that. Another one is Golden Archives. They uploaded their first video about 4 months ago or so. And their most viewed video is at 78, Linda Ronstadt names the 7 musicians that she hated. Now this again is nostalgia content. Now they probably just found some articles, where Linda Ronstadt talked about some things. And then they found a little bit of footage from her, put it at the beginning. And then most of the rest of the video is just an AI narration. So it's like 99% AI created.
Los Angeles, 1979.
And this one, it's a bit arguable whether it's AI slop or not. I guess it would really depend on, you'd have to look into it and see if it's truthful or not. But it kind of bait and switches the viewer because it starts off like as if it's a documentary or like her saying things in real time, or her being recorded saying them, for instance. And then it kind of goes into this AI narration. So it's a little bit of a bait and switch, but people do seem to like it. So it's kind of iffy whether I would consider this to be AI slop or not. But yeah, YouTube is cracking down on a lot of this type of content. And you really do have to be extremely careful about how you make it because YouTube can ban you, of course. They can literally delete your channel. They can demonetize you. They can also shadow ban you as well, where they're kind of throttling your channel and you're not getting nearly as many views if you don't make the type of content they like. Because at the end of the day, they want people to make content that gives the viewers a good viewing experience. If the viewers watch the content and they don't have a good viewing experience, even if they watch until the end, YouTube doesn't like that. So you want to make sure you're making content that gives your viewers a good viewing experience, aka make quality content. And some of these AI channels are doing it and some of them are not. And this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to actually help you to make really good, high quality content and how a lot of my students have utilized AI to start YouTube channels. Sometimes it's, faceless automation. Sometimes it's a personal brand channel, but they utilize AI to take away a lot of the work for them. And you can check that out Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be down in the description in the pinned comment below. Also, don't miss out because I'll be giving away a free AI tool just for the people who show up to the training, so don't miss out on that. And I look forward to seeing you there. And also check out this video from my client Sean, who I helped 15x his business by clicking right here.